I'm sure we have all heard the phrase, don't just stand there, do something. I know I've heard it, I've thought it, I've probably said it a few times. And lately I've just been reflecting on what if God is not just telling us to not stand there and do something, but what if He is instead saying, don't just do something, stand there. I was doing my devotional the other day, and the author had used that analogy of God just saying, don't just do something, stand there. How often we just want to do. And sometimes God is just calling us to be still. So lately, I've just been reflecting on that in my own life of what does that look like as somebody who is just ambitious and who wants to constantly do things and build things and grow, and is just constantly looking at ways to expand myself, expand everything around me, especially when we live in a world that values doing more, that values just constant motion, constantly doing things. And so I've just been thinking lately, like, what does it look like for me to just not do something, but to just stand there and to just allow God to use me and to move through me instead of me just doing whatever it is that I want to do, and then just praying and hoping and expecting for God to just bless what it is that I chose to do on my own. And it has been a little difficult. Even my mind can't completely understand the concept of just stillness. I have noticed even just at home, like if I'm laying in the bed and I'm quote unquote relaxing, my mind is running a marathon. I'm thinking about 5 different business ideas, 2 different ways to grow and expand what I already have, what I need to be doing, what I could be doing. There's always something on my mind, and it almost never turns off. I would say when I sleep, it turns off, but honestly, even then, my dreams are wild. They're very vivid, and it just feels like I'm always on. And I don't know if the same is true for you, but it just feels like it's very difficult to just do nothing. And I don't even think the author was saying necessarily like physically do nothing, but to just still your mind. I think for me, I know how to still my body. I can get a massage. I can lay on this couch for 2 hours and just read or scroll or whatever it is, but my mind does not turn off. And that is just something that I'm really trying to work towards. I'm in this season of really wanting to be obedient to God and wanting to do His will, and just laying down my ambitions, laying down everything that I'm just trying to do in my own strength in order to do God's will. But I just lost my train of thought. But I'm just in this season of wanting to be able to hear from God, essentially. And I know that that will require me being able to just calm my mind and allow myself to be still enough to even hear the voice of God. I'm sure God is speaking to me probably all day, every day, and I can't hear it because I'm constantly in this state of just doing, always wanting and feeling like I have to do something. And I just really feel God calling me, and maybe if you are similar to me, God calling you to just rest, to just be still, to be still enough to hear His voice, still enough to even just understand how you feel in your own body and where you are. Because I've been realizing that too, I know that I have had an unregulated nervous system probably since I was, 5, 6, 7 years old. And I didn't know what it looked like then. I feel like I was just naturally wired in this anxious way, and I just thought that that was who I was. I didn't even know that it had a name. And now I'm even trying to just pay attention to how I feel in my own body and how settled I just feel even when I am just sitting there, hopefully with my mind not racing, not scrolling, and not just distracting myself. But how do I really feel in this moment? And then being still enough to then receive, what is God even trying to say to me? What is God even trying to lead me into? I'm just really trying to be still enough that God can get through to me, that I don't have to come to this point where, I know I heard someone say that like God usually starts with like a gentle knock. And I don't want to get to the point where God has to just kick the door down. And in order for me to truly hear him, I want to be able to just hear that super gentle knock. I want to hear that still quiet voice. I don't want to have to wait for an earthquake. I don't want to have to wait for the fire to hear his voice. I just want to hear it in the stillness. So for me, it is an everyday thing. It is something that I have to go to God to about every single day. And I just want to encourage you to do the same if you are in a similar space of just every single day going to God, praying for him to just renew your mind, praying for him to help you to just take every single thought captive, so that then you can replace those thoughts with whatever thoughts that it is that he has for you, and whatever will it is that he has for you and that he has for me. So that's just what I've been reflecting on lately. And I just pray that you are able to still your mind and yourself enough to be able to hear the voice of God. And I don't know if it's because you're just waiting to hear an answer from him, if you're waiting to know what's next, if you are just wanting to be in closer relationship with him. I just pray that for you. I pray that for me. But that is all that I have for today. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.